Such bad shape.
She used the pin.
I did. We'll take a look at it for sure and see where that goes. But obviously the president is heavily invested in trying to make some of these monuments around Washington D.C. make this a better place to live.
White House Press Secretary Mark saying that she reported that the most successful people on the
They have really changed the style of this thing. Have you noticed that on Facebook with the lives and stuff?
I loved answering your question.
No, he really
haven't gone live since I did that one time. What's different?
I mean, look.
So it doesn't show the actual number of views. You have to go into it a different way. And then also with the shares, they used to have the word share on the right side. Now it's just an arrow on the left side.
Oh yeah, they do the same thing on Instagram.
Like, the list goes on and on.
I don't know if I like it or not.
That's what Trump should be pushing in the media right now. Looking back at a year that's one of the most extraordinary years of any current president, starting a second term. And instead, we're talking about naming something very unserious, which is naming the Kennedy Center after him. Sometimes I think there's a purpose.
We'll see. It's too early in the day to say that.
There's all kinds of other things happening.
How are you?
Good. What do you make of it?
Been a long week.
Look, first of all, I'm sort of like, what took me so
People
long to do
coming in
this?
from
Surprised you didn't do this
out
on
of
day
town
2
and
or
all
day
that
3.
were
I mean, I
at
guess
work,
we'll see what
and so you have
the Senate
to
obviously has to go
entertain
through
them
a
at
larger
night.
approval process. So we'll see, what I saw.
Entertain them at night. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I know. Like
Dinner.
If
Oh, okay.
you are running into if you are the average American
I didn't get a
who is
chance to call
struggling
you.
economically, who is trying to figure out how to put food on the table, how to buy holiday gifts for their children, just trying to make ends meet, and you're seeing Donald Trump tear down the East Wing, rebuild it with
Spend all day in meetings and trying to train them,
renaming
and
buildings
then
after him.
at night you're going to have to dinner and you talk to work again.
Billionaires are paying for that, and that this is money that could arguably go to helping people in America who are
Come on,
struggling right now.
post.
You're just
Thank
seeing a
you.
I don't do work friends. Last time I had a work friend, I ended up being high
and
for
the
3
issues that
days.
they're facing every single day, and I think that's the challenge for him.
We'll digest all of the Trump Kennedy Center. I mean, I don't think the Trump Lincoln Memorial is happening anytime soon. But here is Senator Thune on the economic speech. So when you look at those polls, you say to those constituents, hold on.
Well, I think, yes. I mean, obviously it takes a little patience. These things take, there's a lag always when you move major legislation, consequential legislation like this for the American people to start to feel it.
What'd you make?
3 more to go.
What's coming?
I think that's
Going
part of
pretty
what the
smoothly.
message from Republicans should be. And often
Actually,
Donald Trump,
Lonnie said
you
that
raised
for
this
a
earlier
while.
about the shiny object. Donald Trump is often a matador, and he wears a red cape, and we all follow it. But the message from this White House should be, here's what we're doing to make things more affordable for you. And any day that they're not doing that, and I say this as Donald Trump, somebody who did a very successful campaign event at a McDonald's, we need more of that guy communicating. I don't understand what their strategic imperative was.
And quickly, Mark, hearing Senator Thune go down the numbers on the healthcare stuff, it is interesting when you break down who's affected here and what that looks like.
So he said there's 7% of people who are getting Obamacare subsidies, but the people who are at above 400% of the federal poverty line is about 7% of that. So it's a very small number of people who are affected by this.
All right, good morning, Facebook Nation. Uncensored Wrestling Talk here, as you can see. Superfan Tim Williams in the studio. H.D. Daniels, our resident referee, Mr. 1, 2, 3, Yeet, is here. And our special guest in studio this morning, he's one half of the NWA's World League Tag Team Champions. He's the monstrous one, Mike Maverick. And very soon, his tag team partner, All Day Aiden Riley, will be joining us on the phone. And hopefully, if everything goes right, you'll be able to hear his comments on the phone with us as we are doing the show this morning. A lot of stuff to go over today. It'll be a shortened show on the radio side because we've got Chiefs football, but a lot of stuff going on. Jake Paul, had a boxing match Friday night. There have been talks that he might be jumping into the world of professional wrestling with his brother Logan Paul, but that might be on a hold for a while, and we'll talk about why that is on the show. Next weekend is AEW's World's End pay-per-view, and we'll go over what matches that we know are going to happen and give our predictions on those. We'll see what the dirt sheets have to say. We'll see and hear from the monstrous one here and All Day Aiden Riley on their thoughts of the beginning of their tag team championship reign in World League Wrestling.
I like that. No sales, just savings. You're saying come in, check out the
Nice.
inventory, and
Hit
you
that
guys
next
approve.
turn
Our
right
pricing
now.
is always super competitive. Correct. We've got so much great inventory in the lot right now. Many $15 lower. And with
Now, can you
great
announce
prices,
that you're
we're
on that
confident
particular
we can
thing
set
yet,
up
or
the
no?
right- You heard it. Great pricing, great
Yeah.
inventory, great people to work with. And there's a reason Mountain Motor Company has
I don't
over
wanna get in
1,000 five-star
Okay, so something very special happening with the monstrous one that's going to take place at the beginning of January, and we're going to jump into a little bit of that as well. Very, very cool stuff happening. Very cool stuff happening with one half of the NWA World League Tag Team Champions here in the studio right now.
The search continues for the gunman who killed 9 people and injured at least 10 others at a pub.
And I
in
really
South
hope that
Africa.
your tag team
Police
partner is
shooting
awake.
happened just before 1 a.m. in a town west of Johannesburg.
This all-day
About
moniker that he's got, I
dozen
think he
suspects
goes
locked in
all
vehicles,
night too
fired
sometimes.
on people,
All night, sleep
and then
all day, come
continued
back during
shooting
the night.
as they fled.
Something.
Authorities
It's
continue to
definitely something.
investigate the
Hey, when
motive
you
into
pull
the
the
shooting at Brown
microphone,
University
do it by
after
the
the
arm
suspect's
for me.
body was found in a storage unit in New Hampshire.
It squeaks, but
Authorities say
it's
that
not
they
making as
found
much noise
in that
over the
Hampshire
air.
storage unit
That's what
extensive
We're going for a little-
ammunition,
Oh, you'd rather me alone.
No, it's a close and personal session today.
Just don't piss him off like you did the last time.
Before the attacks, he was very
And we've got about 5
very
minutes and 15
Fox's
seconds
Charlie
before we go
Painter.
live on the
America's
radio.
listening to Fox News.
Still, it's 10:01 right now, and all day Aiden Riley was supposed to call at 10 o'clock. So he's a minute late already.
I'm telling Steve on that.
Go to byrna.com today.
Steve will deal with
They are
this.
the world
We'll
leaders
be
in less
3/4 of the way
personal
through the
defense.
show and he'll
It's
call
complicated,
in.
Right.
it's sealed, but it's powerful.
I think there's something I'm
Those
supposed to
are
do this
benefits
morning.
in a pocket purse, while delivering real stock.
But I talked to him
Away.
yesterday,
I carry
texted
one
with
every
him
day.
for a
I
little bit,
recommend
so
every
he's
family
aware.
have
I
a
mean,
burner. Every person have
but
one.
we'll see.
Fire kinetic and aerosol rounds that can stop any
Exactly.
attacker.
Being aware and aware.
Tracks
Oh,
for
speak
4
of
minutes.
the devil.
Uh-oh.
50 states, you don't need a background check. It ships right to your door. Burner.
KYRO, this
Give
is Sarge.
giver and the recipient peace of mind, not just for the holidays, but
Hey,
all
brother,
year
how you
round
doing?
and for many years to come. Protect your loved ones. Safety
All
is
day
priceless.
Aiden Riley.
Visit byrna.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's byrna.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the
Hey, we're not
Fox
on the
Business
air yet. We
Report.
still got 3.5.
Major
We
advertisers
got 3
mentioned
minutes
higher
and
as
45
well.
Yeah, he's probably heading to Toronto right now. He's like, oh.
And then when I get you introduced, I'll push the
optimism
microphone
and
button.
AI trade. Stocks have come under
Alright.
pressure of late over long
Alright, brother,
valuations
what's up?
and
You
funding
just-
concerns. Micron stock rose again on Friday, over
You
6%.
started going right
Stock jumped over 6% after China's bite-down deals to create a U.S. TikTok joint
Good
venture
morning,
with
Vienna
Maverick,
Bailey,
which
all the way out there in good old San Diego.
S&P 500 up 60. Shares of Nike plunging over 10% after the sportswear retailer warned its sales will decline this quarter amid persistent Fox Business Report. Blaine Levarski invested in you.
And we'll see how these things react with the microphones
Hey, I'm
on.
Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy podcast. Join me every Tuesday as we cover the full range of topics that are on your
I think I might
mind and
even have to
speak
take my
with some
headphones
brilliant,
off.
talented,
Is that
thoughtful women
loud?
and men who have excelled
that
in their
thing loud.
respective fields and careers. Plus, every Thursday is your turn. You get to be the lawyer and you get to ask the questions about whatever is foremost on your mind.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
Hope you're having a
Wherever
good
you get
Sunday
your
morning
favorite
this morning,
podcasts.
Vienna.
The season's
And thank you as always for joining us.
checkered flag is waving.
And we're going to get going here in 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the radio, and the show will be officially underway.
Don't wait
And
until the
moving
next
there
green
from
flag
right to the
drops.
left, I just
Run your beans full throttle next season. Lock in mirrorless talk with your retailer.
I know, right?
And start next season out
on the other
front.
side of the screen, sorry.
Always read and
It's
follow
still,
instructions.
if you don't know that that little arrow is the share arrow, you're looking all over. Because before it just said share.
If you waited to see
But it had the arrow. It's always had the arrow next to the word.
Away. Next year,
Maybe not on an
iPhone. No, with TrivaPro.
Not on an iPhone. It just said share.
Fungicide. TrivaPro works
On mine anyway.
Your life is ruined.
And for more bushels
On mine anyway. But hey, you know what? This morning I was able to share everything out and pretty easily, and no complaints this morning. So that's a good thing.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles.
A minute and a half before we go live on the radio. And you know, as many times as All Day Aiden Riley has been on the show, and he has been on the show several times, you would think that he would know. That we don't go live on the radio until 10:06. Speaking of which, we'll be going live here in exactly 1 minute from now.
Expected to play today against the Falcons. Nick Chubb with a rib.
My pole in your face.
There's Tyrod Taylor who's active today for the Jets.
Some people
but
are going to be so
expected
lucky.
to back up against the Saints. That's like the Bears 22-16.
Oh, this is going to be an off-the-chain show. I can feel it already.
Mariota was knocked out of the game. The Eagles won last night 29-18. That makes the Eagles back-to-back NFC champs. I'm Martin Weiss.
Freaking Eagles.
News
Freaking Eagles.
weather from the Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds and showers.
Let's see, they said
Getting
it
down to
was
29 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the upper 50s. Scattered clouds
21
likely.
years. So
Temperatures in the mid 60s forecast on Tuesday.
Since it was
Currently in
double.
Troy, it's 30.
2 years in a
In
row.
Warrington, it's
Carrying us
28
the NFC.
degrees.
It is crazy.
Perfect homes,
It is.
commercial real estate, or farm ground. Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions online at MeyerListings.com.
That's a lot of parity
I'm Erica
in the
Walker.
NFC East.
I didn't realize football was still going on.
And here we go. It's time. And the mics are going live. Well, good Sunday morning. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM KYRO. This is Uncensored Wrestling Talk, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff to get through and get to. First, a program note here on the radio side of things. At 11 o'clock, we will be going to pregame for a 12 o'clock noon kickoff between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. And Superfan, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on it this
You're
morning.
the one that's mentioning it.
I have to let everybody know on the radio side. But with that being said, on the Facebook side of stuff, we will continue on for a little bit longer. So, with that being said, in studio with me, as always, he is one of our co-hosts. He is the Nematode Nelly. Beat you to it.
I know you
Super
did.
fan Tim Williams. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, everyone.
And also, our other co-host. He is our resident referee. He calls it down the middle. He is Mr. 1, 2, 3, yeet.
Yeet.
HD Daniels. Good morning, my friend.
Good yeet morning.
And in between those two gentlemen, he is one half of the NWA World League Tag Team Champions. He stands 6'7", weighs in at 275 pounds. He a big boy. He's a big man. He's the monstrous one, Mike Maverick. Good morning, monstrous one.
Good morning, boys. How y'all doing today?
And of course, also on the phone line, his tag team partner. He's one half, also, the NWA World League Tag Team Champions, and I dare say he might be the one that got this whole thing started. He is All Day Aiden Riley. Good morning, Mr. All Day Aiden Riley.
Good morning.
Wow. Somebody woke up early this morning. All right. Good deal.
Good deal. And we've already got things coming into the chat room here. Let's go ahead and jump to this real quick here. Good morning, guys, and happy holidays to everyone from Sherry Harley. Vienna Bailey in the chat room saying good morning to everyone here in the studio. Mr. Herb Simmons, promoter of SICW, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling, saying good morning and Merry Christmas. Hey, the Uncensored Wrestling Talk champion. He was here last weekend with us. He is the one and only Captain Freedom. Josh Mudd saying good morning, fellas. Have an awesome show, and good morning to everybody that is there on the chat, in the chat. Of course, you can chat right along with us in the comment section with your questions and your comments and everything else. So let's go ahead, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into everything. January the 10th, I do believe, is the date. It'll be the first event for NWA's World League Wrestling at the Race Wrestling Arena. It'll be New Year's Resolution, and we are waiting for matches to be set up and announced for those. And once we get those, hey, we'll go ahead and talk about them. But in the meantime, go to HarleyRace.com. Get your tickets. I have said this 1,000 times now. Nobody ever wants to listen to me.
No, they don't.
And there are so many folks showing up when the doors open and get turned away because they didn't listen to Sarge on the radio saying, hey, get your tickets early, because if you don't, you will get turned away and wonder just what the heck is happening on the inside. You have to wait for World League Wrestling Showdown TV show to come out to see exactly what happened inside the four walls of the Race Wrestling Arena. So there that is. A big event for you guys last weekend, the Tag Team Champions. Last weekend it was the Christmas Bash Spectacular. And both yourself and All Day Aiden Riley Monstrous One defending for the first time those Tag Team Championships against the Thoroughbreds, the Natural Atlas Armstrong and Talon Graves. And I gotta ask first, your thoughts on defending for the first time those championships.
One show, one title defense, already a way better run than the Blazing Guns ever had.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Aiden Riley, I mean, there's a lot of people upset with both of you, namely you, because it seems like that you guys, well, I mean, it doesn't seem like you guys did end their championship run, started your own, but Blade Lennox has not been heard from since the last event. Your comments on that?
Well, you know what, Mike? I'll take the comments from here. See, the one thing is after we destroyed the Blazing Guns, there is no such thing as Blade Lennox here anymore. Blade Lennox is gone. He's nowhere in the United States anymore. He's tucked his tail and he is red. The only person that stayed that had a spine was Austin, but he better not. He better keep his mouth shut because we're on a warpath. Me and Mike, it doesn't matter who you put across that ring from us. We're going to dismember them and we're going to dismantle them.
Whew. Man. I tell you what, I'll be the first one to say this. Since, yourself all day, Aiden Riley, and you as well, Monstrous One, Mike Maverick, since you've come under the wing, so to speak, of superstar Steve Fender, and you all have become the Devils of War, your game has just stepped up. I mean, big time. And I guess you could say proof is in the pudding now, because both of you, Monstrous One and All Day, you guys hold the most coveted tag team championships in my estimations of any of the territories of the NWA. Your thoughts?
I'll give you a date, August 7th, 2024. You know what that means? You know why that's important?
Why is that?
That was the only time I've ever lost at World League Wrestling. I already came in a beast. Aiden already came in a beast. And then we merged together. We're like chocolate and peanut butter, but only we're destruction and anger. We're both big dogs, all right? He's the talker. I'm the smasher. We're the tag team champs. We're the best tag team champs probably in World League Wrestling history. And I'm sorry, Superstar Steve.
Amen.
I'm sorry, but we're better. We've already had a better run, but we'll see where this goes from here. But no, we're the beasts around here. People need to answer to us, and that's the bottom line.
All day, Eddie Riley, you were about to say something, my friend?
Yeah, I'm just going to add on that. You know, the thing is, you know, when you have two talents like me and Mike that grace your ring and grace your roster, I mean, the only way it can go is up. So, you know, when you have two champions like us that are, I mean, we're at the pinnacle of the tag team division. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what territory that the tag team can come out of. It doesn't matter what titles they have. They can come on up to 198 Cherry Blossom Way, Troy, Missouri, and we will go ahead and we will take their tag team titles away from them, and we'll just go ahead and start collecting them. How about that? What do you think about that, Mike?
Open challenge. Anyone's welcome to get this beating. That's all I'm saying. Anybody's welcome.
Well, you know, Carson Drake, NWA star, former world television champion, former NWA World League heavyweight champion. You know, he's the Exodus Pro World Champion, I believe, as well now. He was on a mission of collecting all of the heavyweight championships at one time. And with him losing at WLW 26, I got to say, he failed at that endeavor, right? Because he's no longer holding it. You guys it sounds like to me, and maybe I'm reading too much into this, but it sounds like to me that you guys have aspirations of holding all the other tag team championships of underneath the umbrella of the NWA.
I'll tell you right now, not only is that the goal, not only do we want the tag team titles, I think I want all of the heavyweight titles. I think we're going to get Aiden all of the light heavyweight titles. I think we should just take over every company we grace their presence upon. It's going to start with World League Wrestling, though. The Devils of War are already taking over. You know, who have we lost to? We've never lost. We've never, done anything that would make us not seem like a threat, so I don't know why people take us lightly. I don't know why they take the big dog Aiden Riley lightly. I don't know why you take him lightly.
Well, have you seen his height? That's why I take him lightly. Every time you walk out, I'm like, where's his tag partner? Where's his tag partner? I can't see. I see you. I don't see anybody else. So your back is going to start hurting, carrying all this weight and carrying the tags. I hope you have a strong back.
HD Daniels, I keep telling him stop poking the bear, but he never ever listens.
Go ahead, do what you need to do.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Aiden Riley is a top 10 ranked wrestler at World League Wrestling, has been for 2 years. I'm going to tell you another thing. Excuse me. I'm one of 100 of the strongest men on earth, and that's a proven fact. That's not even an opinionated thing. It is proven. So the fact that you think my back hurts, I can squat 550 pounds. I can squat your mom every night. It doesn't matter. Okay? And we're tag team champs. And I haven't lost since my debut match against Blade Lennox. But let's look what that record is these days. Oh yeah, it was 5-1.
Well, I just to throw a little bit of humility, I guess you could say, and there a little bit of fact checking here. You guys did have a 6-man tag about 2.5 months ago. Yourself, All Day Aiden Riley, Superstar Steve Fender, going up against the Blazing Guns, Austin Mulitalo, the Astonishing One, and the Sergeant at Arms, Blade Lennox, along with the Wild Man, Jeff Wild, who we'll have back here in studio on January the 4th. They got the win on you guys on that one. However, I will say this. I think with that happening, it put a little bit more of a fire underneath you guys. And at the very next event, at WLW 26, you guys captured the NWA World League Tag Team Championships out of it.
I'll tell you right now, we took an L, but it wasn't a loss. It was a learning experience. We learned under the tutelage of Superstar Steve what it's like to be in the big-time moments, making the big-time plays, and winning the big-time titles. So I feel like that's irrelevant.
We've got a comment in the chat room real quick here, and for those of you that are listening on Facebook here, it's the first time that we're using the new sound system with a call in. So please let us know if you can hear All Day Aiden Riley okay and everything. But a quick comment from Trisha McGarry Williams. She says that Mike and Aiden can't win unless they cheat. What do you say to your doubters and your critics out there that say that you can't win unless you cheat?
I got this, Mike. Don't worry about this. You know, see, the thing is if you want to think that we cheat, I think you're stupid. Because what we do is 100% down the middle, fair play. HD sitting right there beside Mike. 100%. He's repped our matches. If we would have cheated, would we have the tag team titles? No. If we would have cheated, would we be winning? No. So that's the thing. We don't cheat. We win every time, and we play fair.
HD Daniels, you want to comment on this?
I don't want to be thrown into this, but he's right. I haven't seen any cheating.
Ooh. Well, you know what? With that being said, we are up against our very first break. We are going to go ahead and take that. It's only 59 seconds long. Aiden Riley, please stay on the phone, and we will be right back with you in just about a minute. And we're going to go ahead and take that break right now here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
Trax Pizza, outstanding pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Dine in, carry out, or delivery.
So is the phone line cut off
3 p.m. Order online at TraxPizzaCompany.com.
He's still on. His mic's going.
Or come see us on Main Street in historic downtown Winfield. Trax Pizza, 264-8600. This holiday season, power up your Christmas with skill. From grills and
I keep warning him over and over and over again. He never listens to me, Monstrous One. So please, all I ask is no equipment in the studio gets damaged.
I can't make a promise.
If you break it, you buy it, and it's gonna be on you, super fans.
It's not very expensive.
We're talking thousands of dollars there.
Are you saying I'm not very expensive?
We go back live in 10 seconds.
Downtown Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters. Check us out on Facebook or stop by at 203 Main Street in Winfield. 636-358-0999.
Thanks, live.
Well, welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, on our Facebook feeds as well. The radio station's Facebook page, you can find that at 1280 AM, 105.3 FM, KYRO. The Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page as well. HG Daniels, we are on X as well.
We're on X at UW Talk, KYRO.
And Superfan, we've got a Discord channel.
Yeah. Uncensored Wrestling Talk Show.
Very, very nice. Hey, before we jump into a whole lot of other stuff real quick, I want to get the tag team champions' opinion on this, and Superfan and HD as well. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because this particular person has been, there's been rumors going around for like the last month or so that he was going to be jumping into the world of professional wrestling. And that person I'm talking about, of course, is the brother of Logan Paul. It's Jake Paul. And this past Friday night, internet sensation turned boxer Jake Paul got knocked out by Anthony Joshua in Friday night's live stream fight in Miami. Paul lasted 6 rounds before Joshua, a 2-time unified world heavyweight champion. He scored a knockout and broke Paul's jaw, not in one place, but in 2 places and on both opposite sides of the jaw. And Paul now has a career record of 12-2, with wins over older boxers like Mike Tyson and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. In a post on X after the fight, Paul wrote, "Jaw broken, adding time to rest, recover, and return to cruiserweight." Now, the reason why I bring this up is for the fact that, yeah, he was talking about getting into the world of professional wrestling and maybe joining up with his brother Logan Paul and maybe possibly becoming a tag team champion. For yourself, Monster Swan, and All Day Aiden Riley, your guys' thoughts on people like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, for that matter, getting into the world of professional wrestling?
Well, here's the thing most people don't know is both the brothers are very accomplished high school wrestlers. They've wrestled in college as well. Like, everyone sees the YouTube thing and thinks that's all they are. Like, they're just influencers. No, like, I have a lot of respect for Jake Paul. I mean, he's worked his butt off over, well over a decade. Like, all the trends in social media. I mean, he was there with Vine. Same thing with Logan. They've all worked their butts off. They have incredible physiques. They've trained super hard. Like, Jake Paul lasted six. You got to think about it. Jake Paul lasted 6 rounds with the 2-time heavyweight champion. And by the way, he's like a foot shorter. His wingspan's way shorter. Like, if you saw the two standing off against each other, Jake was 214 pounds. The other guy was 240. Mm-hmm. So, like, the last 6 rounds with that, it's incredible. I would not be mad to see them both in WWE.
All Day and Riley, your thoughts?
I mean, that's kind of what he kind of stole my thunder. You know, the Pauls, they work really hard. You know, they got access to the best dietitians, the best boxing trainers, the best athletic trainers. They have access to everything. You know, the one thing is, though, and I personally have noticed, when I watched that fight, I said, wow. I said, I would not have been knocked out. I wouldn't have got my jaw broken in 2 places. As a matter of fact, I would have knocked Anthony Joshua out and broke his jaw in 2 places.
Oh, yes, sir. I believe it. I believe it. Yes, sir.
You probably would have had to use the lead pipe.
No.
Don't listen to him. He's a hater. Don't listen to him.
My left fist are weapons, Tim.
HC Daniels, your thoughts on Jake Paul, on the Jake Paul situation?
How much money did he make?
Oh, golly, in the millions upon millions.
Do you think it's worth surgery for a broken jaw to make that much money?
Man, I don't know.
I'm very close to saying yes. Like, I would do it.
$20 million. That's how much you got paid.
I mean, now,
Can I interject?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I have some numbers. I saw it last night or the night before, whenever it was. Jake Paul made $19,000 per second of that fight, and made it was like $130,000 per round.
It's almost worth it. How much was the surgery?
Probably just as much.
Not millions. I don't think that's
maybe not millions. Maybe not millions. But if all days
maybe a couple rounds.
If all days numbers are correct, and he made around about $130,000 per round, and that's 6 rounds, we're talking about almost $800,000, and I think that actually he made way more than that.
To the average person, he did one fight and he risked life. I'm not going to, graze over that. To the average person, that one fight will set you up and your children for life. Is it worth it? It feels really close to being worth it.
Plus, then add in the fact that he's had 14 fights altogether, being 12-2,
right?
And he's probably, I would say, probably at least half of those making mega bucks. But see, and I've never, I've been shot, yes, but I've never actually broken a bone, right? But I've been told in the past by not only those that have had broken bones, but by medical personnel as well, that when you break a bone, especially in your jaw, it becomes more aptitude that you're going to get that particular bone broken again at somewhere down the line. Is it worth it?
I don't know. It's that
because
kind of money.
I would think he's going to have surgery on his jaw. He's going to have that jaw wired shut for months on end, more than likely. And I'm talking like 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 months.
While he lives like a king.
And drinking through a straw. Eating through a straw. I don't know if it's worth it.
I can give up hamburgers for a couple months.
Ooh. What do you think?
I think his career is over with.
You think his career is over?
I don't think, as far as boxing, I agree. I don't think he'll get back in the ring.
Well, now that he's broken his jaw in 2 different places, and it's going to take time for that stuff to heal completely and everything like that, do you still think, or maybe you didn't think he was going to in the first place, who knows, but do you think that he still jumps in to the world of professional wrestling? And we'll start from the left side and go around. Superfan, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he will make a presence in professional wrestling. Whether it's in ring, but I think we're going to start seeing the brothers together more and more often at events.
Monster Smoke?
I disagree. I don't think he has any reason to step into the ring. I mean, you talk about life-changing injuries to going to a business that can guarantee even more life-changing injuries.
Sure. And every time you step into the ropes, there's that chance. I mean, there's that chance. We've got wrestlers in the world of professional wrestling that just take risk upon risk upon risk. Namely, just off the top of my head, Darby Allin, for one. I mean, how many injuries has he had over the few short years that he's been wrestling, which is only like, maybe 10 years or so? And we've said on this show many times now that because of the risks that he takes and because the injuries that occurs from those risks, his career is going to be way shortened than compared to those that don't take those risks. H.D. Daniels, what do you think?
I think Triple H would be, well, not very smart to not take Jake Paul into his company if that's what he wants to do. Do I want to see it? I don't know. Can Jake Paul do what Logan Paul does?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you have the Brawler and the Showman. Maybe they'd be that kind of a tag team.
Interesting. All Day Eddie Riley, your thoughts, my friend?
I think this is the only time that I will ever agree with that idiot Tim. I think look at it this way. Look at it this way. You get the Paul brothers, WrestleMania versus the Usos. How is that not going to sell out?
So you would want to see the Pauls versus the Usos?
I think anybody would.
Yeah.
I guess I might be in a boat by myself because I'm not really. It doesn't. Right now, at this point in the game, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't get my wrestling tinglies all up in a tiff and say, yes, I want this right now.
If it wasn't because of Logan Paul, though, I would be with you. But Logan Paul has proven that he knows what he's doing.
Logan Paul, I will say this. With Logan Paul, I wasn't really so keen on him coming in when he first came in.
Who was?
But over this time period of a couple of years now, but I'll even say maybe through his first 3 matches, he really won me over because of the athleticism that Logan Paul possesses. And who can ever forget the quote-unquote spot that he had with Ricochet in the Royal Rumble and the both of them getting on the top rope and jumping at each other and meeting halfway in the middle of the air? Does Jake Paul possess that kind of athleticism? That's where I kind of I just don't see
He
it.
doesn't need.
He doesn't. Yeah.
He does not need to be his brother.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Jake Paul will be a brute and just kind of straightforward, in your face, trying to beat you down.
Well, we do have many tag teams like that too. That's true. That's very true. Wow. And I guess we will see what happens in the future if Jake Paul decides to jump into the world of professional wrestling. But that will not be until after he gets surgery on his jaw and it completely heals up and he's done eating his meals through a straw. Because that's what's going to happen. Whew. Next weekend is AEW World's End Prime Live event happening, I believe it is on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
I believe it is next Saturday. So now, right now, there are a total of 6 matches that have been announced. 3 of those, we really don't know the participants in those yet. And the reason being is because it is all about the Continental Classic tournament. Now, the way this is structured, the Blue League winner will take on the Gold League runner-up in a semifinal. And the Gold League winner will take on a Blue League runner-up in the other semifinal, with those 2 winners facing off for the Continental Classic final for that championship. I guess, HD, are we looking at a separation of titles again? Is that what this is all about?
Yeah,
I'm confused.
The unified title doesn't exist anymore.
And yet, Kazuchika Okada, who is the unified champion still at the moment,
he's the international champion.
But he's been carrying around that unified championship.
No, he hasn't.
I've seen it. I've seen him
carrying around the international title.
Are we sure?
Yeah, because last night in Collision, they officially announced, or at least Don Callis announced, that Okada relinquished the one championship.
Okay.
So they have split it back apart, and it's not unified
The
anymore.
unified title was made for one reason, so Kenny, Omega, and Okada could have a match.
That's so stupid. I'm just... It just makes no doggone sense to me. You're going to unify two championships, just to break them apart a couple of months later. No!
Becky Lynch did it. See? Monstrous agrees.
Wait a minute. Which titles did she
won the
unify?
blue and the red women's title at Mania, and then they got split up.
Yeah, but they didn't unify the championships. She had both championships on each shoulder and defended them both.
Okay, fair.
That's a little different.
They should have just said that it wasn't a unification, it was just winner take all.
No, they unified it, though.
But they unified it.
I know they said they unified
Then they
it. but-
de-unified it.
Tony Khan, what are you doing?
So we
He's
got
only
an
making the
interesting
best
comment out
wrestling
there.
show of the week.
Oh, goodness. Hey, next weekend here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, we are going to have another guest in studio with us, and he just put a comment into the chat room. He says, why are we talking about the Pauls when we could be talking about the Shield man, Drew Shields? Well, Drew Shields will be in studio here next Sunday morning here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, and I cannot wait to have him in the ring to find out from him why the attitude changed, because there was a major attitude change within himself from the last event at the Christmas Bash Spectacular, because he took on the Grand Regent, Camaro Jackson, the NWA World League Heavyweight Champion, the owner of Harley's Crown, that beautiful brand new Heavyweight Championship belt. He was upset like crazy. We were doing an interview in the back on set, and I was trying to get his thoughts on his upcoming match with Camaro, and I kind of it happens. It slipped out of my mouth saying, hey, this is a non-title match, but your thoughts on going into this match, right? And he just absolutely lost it because he had not been told that it was a non-title match. So he went out there and he berated Camaro Jackson to the point where Camaro Jackson gave in and said, okay, fine. You want a championship match? Come on into the ring and let's get this going. And that's exactly what happened. So we'll have Drew Shields on the show next weekend, and we'll find out his thought process on everything that he's been going through as of late.
He's probably still trying to recover from all the chops that Camaro gave him, caving in his chest.
Whew. I gotta be honest, he took some serious chops from Camaro Jackson, and with Camaro Jackson, being partners at one time with the legacy at Leland Race. Hey, I've said this many a times here on this show, on Showdown, doing the interviews, in the back talking to people, and everything like that, that both the Legacy Leland race and Superstar Steve Fender both have some of the hardest chops. I mean the hardest chops in all of professional wrestling. And All Day Ed and Riley, Monsters One Mike Maverick, you both have taken the chops from both of these men. Your guys' thoughts on that particular point?
I've never been shot by Steve. I just want to put that out there.
Oh,
but
my bad.
But Steve
Sorry.
taught me his ways. I think your information's a little bit outdated because I'm the only person who's ever had shots loud enough to silence the arena. I'm just saying that right now.
I would concur. I would concur on that one.
All Day Ed and Riley, your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably one of the strongest persons that I know, so nothing hurts me. I will say though, if I had to pick in between the two, I would say I'd have to go with Steve, but Leland has some good chops. But like I said, nothing really hurts me, so it doesn't matter if it was the Big Show who chopped me or Kali or whoever. Doesn't matter, or Gunther, doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay then. Well, with that being said, hey, we are up against our second and last break of the show here on the radio side of stuff. We're going to go ahead and take that. When we come back, we're going to jump back into World's End and talk about these 3 other matches that are set and ready to go, and all 3 of them have championship implications in each one of those. And we'll do that, as I said, right after this.
I think it's going pretty
In
well.
the auto business, you don't
We'll
just
have to-
automatically stick
maybe I
around
can
for
listen back now and
120
see if I can
years.
hear it.
You gotta earn it. We've come a very long way from selling wagons and farm implements and the like on the riverfront. For the yards from
For those of you watching on the Facebook, please let us know how All Day Aiden Riley is coming across with the sound. Because this is our first time having a call in with the new sound system that we've got going.
our valued customers.
I don't know how to
It's no
rewind.
surprise, times have changed. Vehicles have changed, car buying has changed, but we're still here to do what we
And we've
want
got
for
1,
20 years.
2 minutes and 20 seconds before we're back live on the air on the radio.
Oh, and the actual number of Jake Paul's payout was $92 million.
$92 million? Break my jaw right now.
I'm glad we weren't on the radio.
I wouldn't have cussed, but Jesus. $100 million.
Whew.
Break my jaw right
Wow. 100. So what did his opponent get?
$92 million.
They both got $92 million apiece.
So the total purse was
Mexican food and great drinks.
$267 million, and they both got $92 million of the total purse.
Wow.
Stop in or
But that's the attraction, though. It's like people pay money and they go out because they want to see Jake Paul get his ass knocked out. So to me, it's like, wow, it's like WWE's media, it's all media based now.
Yeah, because Troy Center. Perfect example.
And don't forget, buy one, get one free
Wow.
on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield.
Yeah, but $92 million. It's like, why would he go to WWE? He can just make that much money to go train.
See, that's another thing I was thinking. If he's making that much money, why? What's the point?
WWE could never, I guess they could, but like, why they would
No,
not
they would never pay
They're not going to pay $92 million. The only,
No.
the only reason is if
What do you
he's
guys
to
do?
stay
We
relevant. He is
recycle
set up.
typical
His
business
great
is picking up
grandkids are
stuff
set
that
up for
nobody else
life.
Oh,
can.
God, yeah.
They have
The
a
only
lot of
reason
money
people
laying
ever
in
want
their
to do
property.
anything
They
else
just
is
don't
just
realize
stay
they do a lot of money sometimes. And
Just
not
add
where
to
you
his
think would
legacy.
be. Where you
Yeah.
located. Troy Winfield, Van
Wow,
Dyke,
wow, wow.
DVD boxes,
$92
trailers, we have
million.
stuff up on site. We do
It's
insurance
interesting
work,
because,
farmers,
like,
if you have
obviously
a
everyone's
farm
been wanting that
or
knockout. Like, you're getting,
that's our specialty.
now that it's happened, to
Me
see
personally,
people
or the
actually,
office,
you know, care after
Crew,
this.
636-462-1727.
News Radio KWire, or weather from the Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auction Twitter Center online at MeyerListings.com.
Well, it's getting saucy in there.
Yeah.
Getting down to 29 overnight today. Monday's high will be in the upper 50s. Scattered clouds.
And it's
likely.
getting saucy.
Temperatures in the mid-60s forecast on Tuesday.
15 seconds and we're back on the radio.
I don't think the
10
big show
seconds.
can reach down that low to find
Perfect
them.
homes, commercial real estate, or
And
farm
you just
ground.
won.
Meyer
I think he had no problem with Rey Mysterio, and I think Aiden Riley's far better than Rey Mysterio ever was. So you can
Mics are going
shut your
live.
mouth.
Well, welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. I'm not sure what that feedback is or was, but hey,
it's all the hostility in the air.
You know, apparently,
it's getting intense over here.
Real quickly, it's getting intense in the chat room as well. A comment from Trisha McGarry Williams: if the Big Show gave Aiden a chop, it would knock him into the next month. And then a response from Aiden Riley saying his hand would break. Let's be real. And then Trisha McGarry Williams coming back in and saying, "You wish, you little mutt." Wow. 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 Craziness. You know, Monstrous One.
195 pounds. You should know this. I'm no little.
Yeah.
The biggest little dog in World League Wrestling, right?
He uses little in his name.
6'1", 195.
6'1", 195.
Can confirm.
Okay then. You know, something during the break that the Monstrous One, you know, let us in on. The purse for that Jake Paul fight, $92 million each one of those fighters got and received. Holy moly, that's a lot. WWE is never paying that much ever to anybody, no matter who they are. Maybe over a career lifetime, maybe possibly, but not even for a full year of wrestling is somebody going to get that much. So for that, it might be a step down, big step down for Jake Paul to get into the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like it'd be way more realistic. Like, if you to have Jake Paul, like, in the TKO franchise of, like, going to UFC, it would make way more sense. He get paid more money, and he's not taking quote-unquote stupid bumps. But yeah, there's no shot he's going to WWE after seeing that payout.
Well, he's not taking stupid bumps, but he's just getting jaw surgery.
He's just getting jaw surgery. A comment from Vienna Bailey, a couple of comments actually. You know, she says, "Love the sauce. Arf, little dog." We know who that one's being, you know, sent to. And then Trisha McGarry Williams back in it again, saying, "Hey Mike, when is Aiden's appointment to get neutered? Probably needs a rabies shot as well."
Whoa. You need a rabies shot, and you need to touch grass and stop hanging out on Facebook all day. That's all I'm going to say.
With that being said, hey, we need to jump back into next week's pay-per-view real quick for AEW's World's End. 3 different championships so far on the line. Chris Statlander, the AEW Women's World Champion, will put that championship on the line as she will take on Jamie Hayter. And, you know, to be honest, I didn't think this match was going to happen at least until we got into the new year. But, hey, you know what? It's happening now. Superfan, what's your thoughts on this one?
I've been kind of expecting this, and I'm happy to see it. I like Jamie Hayter. I think when she got injured, it kind of cut her whole run way short than what she was really running for. So I'm excited about seeing it. But I do think Statlander is going to win.
Okay. H.G. Daniels, who you got in this one?
Statlander.
You know, I love Jamie Hayter's work. I cannot say enough about how well she has done since coming back from those different injuries that she had accumulated. She had to take some time off, get some surgery done, and all that kind of stuff. But she has been absolutely killing it since she's gotten back, and she absolutely deserves this match with Chris Statlander. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stick until somebody unseats her. I'm gonna have to stick with the champion on this one. But Monstrous One, who do you like in this matchup for the AEW Women's World Championship?
Statlander, and it's light work, no reaction. Sorry, Jamie.
Oh wow. Light work, says the Monstrous One. All day, Aiden Riley, who do you think's gonna come out on top?
Give me the Statlander easy.
AA says Chris Statlander. Okay. Oh goodness, it's really getting
It's
getting
saucy.
saucy. It's saucy. Trisha McGarry Williams again saying, Vienna Bailey, we could have an old Yeller moment. And then Miss Vienna Bailey saying, my thoughts exactly. Oh goodness. The barbs are flying in the chat room. Another ladies matchup that's going to happen on World's End, and I'm really looking forward to this one. The Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, and Willow Nightingale, the new and first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, they're going to put on the championships up for grabs against the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Athena, and a lady who just lost the TBS Championship to Alex Windsor.
No, it wasn't the TBS. It was the European Pro Women's Champion.
Okay.
It was not the
because
TBS.
they came in at the big right after the introductions on that.
Right.
One. Okay. So it wasn't the TBS Championship that she lost, but you know what? She's no longer 13 belts Monet. She's down to 12 belts Monet. But Athena and Mercedes Monet will challenge for those AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. So HD Daniels, my question to you is, who's coming out with this victory?
The Tag Team Championships?
Yes.
The Babes.
The Babes, says HD Daniels.
They surprised me. I did not expect them to win those championships.
Same.
But I am happy that they did.
Because at the pay-per-view for AEW, when they were here in St. Louis, when I went to that pay-per-view, up on the screen, they had some vignettes that were going on from the back. And after Toni Storm had lost that match to Chris Statlander, she ran into Mina Shirakawa in the back, and they both embraced. And as soon as that happened, my mindset was like, there's your very first Women's World Tag Team Champions.
I totally felt like it was set up for Toni Storm to lose the Women's Championship but just have another championship.
Same.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here. Superfan, who you got in this one?
Well, I think Mercedes Monet is going to continue with the losses.
Ooh.
And she's going to get pinned even
Oh.
in this one.
Oh, wow.
And the Babes of Wrath defend their championships just like the Devils of War did.
Monstrous one? What do you think, my friend?
Please, please, please give me the Babes, man. I'm so sick and tired of Mercedes Monet. Please let her take the pinfall and just let's move on.
Wow. All Day Aiden Riley, what do you think?
I do love Babes.
He does love the Babes. What's your thoughts on Mercedes Monet and holding 13 belts altogether at one time and now 12 at the moment?
So I think that was actually like an unexpected loss, especially with like this run she's been having lately. But it's like, I mean, she had 13 belts, a lot of them just all over the place, all over the world, and they somehow still make it on TV. I don't understand it, but yeah, no, I pray for nothing but her downfall. I can't stand her.
Wow. Strong words. All Day, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, kind of. But the only thing that I'll give her is she was good enough to get all those titles. But I'm with Mike. There's nothing showing for those titles. I don't know. I've seen better. Wow.
Superfan, what do you think about what All Day Aiden Riley just said?
He's seen better. No, I mean, Mercedes Monet, if we're talking about it, it was a great accomplishment for her. I mean,
Sure.
The last one was Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah, and he held 11 belts at one time, all cruiserweight championships.
Right. And to even get into the conversation with Ultimo, I think is a testament to her. But I am so over her having all these belts.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because, I mean, she just is annoying, and I don't think she's a good wrestler.
She gets under Superfan's
Yeah, she
skin.
does. He doesn't
Just
know
like
that. I don't think
Superfan
so.
gets under the skin of All Day Aiden Riley.
First of all, you don't think she's a good wrestler?
No.
I mean,
that's a hot take.
I think she's protected, And
she's not carrying around 14 world titles. She's carrying around indie titles. You don't even think she's worthy of an indie championship?
I think there's better indie wrestlers out there besides her.
Ooh. Wow. Would you call the Strong Championship from New Japan's women's part an indie?
Not. Okay, so 99% of her titles are indie championships.
Okay.
She's got 14
I
of
just
them.
had to clarify here. I just had to clarify it. I will say this. When she first got into AEW, which was almost a couple years ago now, my gosh, the ring rust was seriously evident. Even though she had wrestled a little bit in New Japan and had gotten her leg broken by Willow Nightingale during their match for the NJPW Strong Championship, Women's Championship, I think she had a total of maybe 4 or 5 matches altogether in that time period, and she just wasn't very good in the ring. But since she's come into AEW, and even when she first stepped into AEW, you could tell there was just something off. But as time has gone on, I gotta say she's gotten a lot better. She's almost, in my mind, she's almost back to that level of when she was in the WWE as Sasha Banks. I mean, does that make her one of the best in the world? I don't know. That's a serious debate we could have one day. But I think she's almost back up to that level, though. What do you guys think?
I have had really no issues personally with what Mercedes has been doing. Her promos are a bit robotic, but I think she's getting over as a heel.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think she does need somebody to do the talking for her.
My opinion when she first came back to AEW was she is a prime example of someone that needs WWE producing. Like, you could tell that, her matches with Charlotte and even her match with Ronda Rousey was really, really good. However many years ago that was in WWE. And I think it was pretty evident that when she came to AEW, that's a result of just good producers telling her, just giving her good instructions in her matches. Whereas in AEW, we know that that's not always the case. They just kind of go out there and do their own thing. So I think we saw her learning how to run her matches in real time, if that makes sense.
Sure, absolutely. And then on Wednesday night's Dynamite, AEW, we thought that it was going to be a triple threat match for the AEW World Championship, but now it is a 4-way match it will be Swerve Strickland, whose house, taking on Hangman Adam Page, going up against the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe, but interjecting himself because he had won a Casino Gauntlet Guaranteed Championship match. Maxwell Jacob Freeman is now in this one. So it is a fatal 4-way match for that AEW World Championship. And I'm going to go ahead and be the first one to say it. I really strongly believe right now, and sometime during the week, it might change. We'll see. But right now, I'm strongly leaning, and I'm going to go ahead and say that Maxwell Jacob Freeman becomes the brand new AEW World Champion. H.D. Daniels?
I don't know if it's time for Joe to lose. I'm going to stay with Joe, I think.
You're staying with Joe?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to set up MJF versus Joe, and I feel like Swerve and Hangman are going off.
I thought they were against each other again?
No, I think they're going to be a tag team, but I don't know if they're going to be a duo or a triple, because Eddie Kingston, I still feel like those three are going to get the trios against the Ops.
Wow, interesting. Superfan, who you got in this one?
So I went back and I've listened to the promo like 3 times. So you've got to go with the man going after the Triple B again, MJF.
3 times?
Yes, I love that promo he did.
Oh, okay.
Monsters one?
I thought it was too long.
I disagree with you there. That promo was easily the best thing that happened all week on wrestling. I'm putting that out there right now. MJF for the win. AEW is a lot better when MJF is the champ.
And all day, Aiden Riley, who do you think is going to win this 4-way match for the AEW World Championship?
I love you, Mike, but Joe.
Wow. All day, Aiden Riley saying Samoa Joe is going to retain, and he agrees with H.D. Daniels. Hey, we have only got about 50 seconds left here on the program. All day, Aiden Riley, are you going to stick around in the chat after we get off the radio?
I can stay around however long you need me to.
Sounds good. So we will have All Day Aiden Riley still in the chat for Monstrous One Mike Maverick. I want to say thank you for coming into the studio. I do appreciate you 100%. Superfan, thank you for helping out as always. H.D. Daniels, thank you for everything that you do for our show. For all these guys, I am Sarge. And until next Sunday, hey, you know what? First off, real quick, we're going to continue on the Facebook side of stuff. So if you're listening on the radio and you want to see and hear exactly what else is going to be said and go on, hey, jump over to the Facebook feeds, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. But for now, we've got to jump off and head it over to the pregame for the Kansas City Chiefs. Will be taking on the Tennessee Titans, as if it makes a difference now. But that'll happen at noon for the kickoff between those two teams. But until next Sunday, hey, go watch some wrestling.
In the face of adversity.
Don't say it. No.
This season has been filled with ups and downs.
Mahomes is hurt.
Oh, I gotta hear this opening here.
But one thing has remained constant. Chiefs Kingdom. They are loyal, resilient, and the heartbeat of a proud franchise.
Damn right we are.
The Sea of Red is not only strong at home, but travels to all NFL cities.
Damn right we do.
This team knows it can't change the past, but it can control how the story ends. There's an opportunity to regroup, compete with purpose, and close out on a high note. A strong finish won't rewrite the standings, but they can remind everyone that this team still has fight left in it.
Doggone right. And with that being said, we'll pipe down the radio side of things. And that's the thing, real quick, before we jump back into the world of professional wrestling. Here's my thoughts on this. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs had a down year this year. There's no question about it. However, over the last 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, the Kansas City Chiefs have made the playoffs year in and year out. 9 years in a row, they won the AFC West Division Championship. They went to 5 out of 6 Super Bowls, out of the last 6 Super Bowls, winning 3 of those. You can say that it is a dynasty. And just one bad year does not mean that the dynasty is over. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I think it sticks like money in my pocket. Next year, the Kansas City Chiefs will return to the Super Bowl. Bank it. Watch.
That's ridiculous.
And I think Travis Kelce comes back for one more year as well next year.
Why is it ridiculous? Look at the Chiefs, man. I mean, y'all are crying.
We're not crying.
Travis Kelce, he's done. All right. The fact that he's going to make a Pro Bowl this year is ridiculous. Fans need to stop voting on that. That's stupid. It's all these Swifties. I'm just going to say that right now. This is what I'll say about the Chiefs is, you guys, the long-term Chiefs fans, I respect you, man. You were there during the bad days. 2014, not one wide receiver touchdown. Like, all right, I can respect you guys. But
Hell, my friend, I have been there through the 70s and the 80s.
Oh, man.
Terrible, terrible ball. Mm-hmm. I think in the 80s we went to the playoffs one time. One time.
I still think Nick Lowry is going to make the kick against the Dolphins every time I see it.
I know, right? Don't. See, he's always bringing up bad stuff to bring me back down. No. Next year we'll be back.
Yeah.
Because, here's another thing, if you really want to talk about it. The New England Patriots, right? Starting with that Super Bowl win against the St. Louis Rams. Way back in, what was that, 2002, 2003 time frame? From there until the point that they won their 6th Super Bowl, which is about a 20-year time span, roughly. And yes, there was a few breaks in there where they didn't make it to the playoffs at all. In fact, that timeline is very eerily similar between Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, to include injuries, right? Not once did anybody say that the dynasty was over completely, right? And that next year, if they didn't make the playoffs, they went to the Super Bowl and won. Several times in a row, even. Same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. In fact, it'll take 2 or maybe even 3 bad seasons in a row to say, okay, it's rebuild time. It's time to start over.
You got to start thinking, though. I mean, Andy Reid's way up, is getting up there.
He's only 68 years old, my friend.
Well, I guess that's...
They just need to go back and get Bellamy back as their offensive
I think
coordinator.
Bieniemy is going to come back. I think they're going to get rid of Matt Nagy as the offensive coordinator and somehow, some way snag Eric Bieniemy from the Chicago Bears and have him come back over and be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think the Chiefs are done, man. I mean, here's the difference. So you want to compare? Yeah, they said when they're the same age, Tom Brady tears his ACL. It was like week 1 when he did. The Patriots won 11.
That's true.
They won 11-5 with
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle. Yep. Patrick Mahomes. They went 4. They went like.
But they missed the playoffs that year.
They missed. Yeah. I'll imagine that an 11-5 team missing the playoffs. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chiefs went 6-7 with Patrick Mahomes, missed the playoffs.
And
They got me. Sorry.
something interesting that Aiden Riley just said in the chat, Tom Brady went 10 seasons between his 3rd and his 4th Super Bowl win. I bet you money that it will not take 10 years for Mahomes to get back to the Super Bowl and win his 4th Super Bowl.
I also think the Patriots in that time went to 2 Super Bowls. They were pretty much, other than like 2, I think, they were in every AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They lost to the Colts once, then they lost to the Broncos another time.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. You're absolutely right on that. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into some wrestling stuff here real quick
So
because
can
I
we hear
know
Aiden still, or?
he's in the chat room.
I just thought of a way, though. I don't have the technology with me, but I thought of a way that we can get calls on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll definitely talk about that, and
I just
maybe
thought of
we'll figure that out going forward as well. According to bodyslam.net, oh, here we go again. I am so sick of seeing and hearing about all these other folks getting moved up to the main roster and their name not being Jordan Grace. It's expected that NXT star Trick Williams will, quote-unquote, soon be called up to the WWE main roster. In fact, he's already listed internally on the SmackDown brand. And while I think that Trick Williams, he absolutely has gone through it all, he deserves to be up on the main roster now. Nobody deserves it more than Jordan Grace.
I'm done being mad about it. I just expect it not to happen anymore.
You'll be surprised when it does.
I will be.
I will too.
I expect her to be released at this point before she goes to the main roster.
Monsters One, what do you think about Jordan Grace and then not bringing her up to the main roster already?
I wonder if it's just some like TNA bias or something like that. I don't know. Obviously, she's not. Yeah, she's there now, but she's not an OG like WWE NXT. You know, she made her way through TNA. So I wonder. And also, I've never thought that TNA NXT thing was a good deal at all because I feel like it's just TNA guys losing to WWE guys, putting them over with no rub for TNA. So I wonder if it's simple just because she's a TNA superstar.
It could be.
It could very well be. But, you know, I think in that entire NXT women's roster, and I think the women's roster on NXT is very, very good. Don't get me wrong. But I think Jordan Grace is head and shoulders above all the other women on that roster for NXT.
I disagree. I think Solsuka is...
Solruka?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's Monday.
I mean, that snatch she does...
It's not Monday.
It's Monday.
It's pretty doggone good. It's pretty doggone good, I will
Soul
say
Snatcher, like, and like she's been put, like, obviously John Cena's retirement match, Saturday Night Live main event, blah blah blah. I mean, obviously you had these mix of these NXT stars. You can't tell me Soul isn't like a standout to all the other women. That's all I'm saying.
She is. We're not saying she's not.
She's a standout, for sure. She's a standout.
I put her over Jordan Grace moving up, though.
You and Shawn Michaels agree then.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. The Wrestling Observer newsletter claims that, quote-unquote, talent from both TNA and AEW who recently contacted WWE, quote-unquote, have been told that they aren't looking at hiring new people right now. This is because WWE has plenty of wrestlers in its developmental system who are ready to perform on Raw and SmackDown. What do you guys think about that?
Doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's been made evidently clear for like the last decade that they're only, one, bringing in D1 athletes to go train at the Performance Center, and two, we've seen like the WID stuff happening throughout the indies and stuff. Not one of those people like made it to like Evolution even, or like NXT, or we haven't really seen anything come of that so far. So
now, with that being said, WWE's apparent hiring freeze does not apply to guys the level of, get this, Chris Jericho or the TNA X Division champion, Leon Slater. Chris Jericho.
Weird names.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Chris Jericho is still under contract with AEW.
I don't, listen, the report you just read, I don't buy into it whatsoever.
I don't either.
He's going to hire who they want to hire.
I don't either. And Leon Slater, he's also under contract to TNA. Now, do we know exactly how long that contract is?
TNA's WWE developmental anyway.
Well, that's not anymore. Yeah, that's pretty much true. And then on top of that, a source told Self-Made that WWE has, quote-unquote, offered a contract to IWGP, that's from New Japan Pro Wrestling, tag team champions Yuto Ice and Oscar, the Knockout Brothers. So, I mean, them saying that they've got a hiring freeze, but yet they're offering contracts. So, wanting one hand and grabbing by the other, right? That's what it seems like to me.
It's just clickbait.
It is clickbait. You're absolutely right.
You got baited, Sarge. Sarge, you got baited.
I got baited. Per Fightful Select, the rumor that Jake Something and Zachary Wentz recently signed new TNA deals is absolutely not true. That's interesting, because Zachary Wentz, of course, is part of the Rascals, and they just got all the Rascal members back together again, but maybe a couple of weeks ago, a month ago.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that moves
I know
forward.
TNA sometimes does pay per appearance.
Yeah. Yeah. But they can't really go with long-term storylines with those type of wrestlers, though.
No, they usually don't.
And it's kind of a bit of a shame, because some of those guys could have some really outstanding stories going on. But oh, Dave Meltzer. Is he not done yet?
He'll never be done.
He'll never be done. Dave Meltzer was told that a few WWE stars will be taking time off to heal up, so they are ready for Royal Rumble through WrestleMania 42. And if that's the case, and if there's several of them that are going to be taking the time off to heal up, we may very well see several people from NXT jumping up to that main roster to take the space. Go ahead, Superfan.
I mean, of course, if somebody gets injured, they're going to pull somebody up for the time being.
Or just use who they've got.
Well, but then again, they're going to 3 hours, so they're going to be, SmackDown's going to 3 hours on January, 4th or something like that?
That's terrible.
And they're going to be just building up the roster for that.
Real quick, comments in the chat room from our guest next weekend, Drew Shield, and this is all in capital letters, this whole paragraph here. I have a lot of respect for both Mike and Aiden, but let's be honest, it took all three of the Devils of War to eliminate me from the Rumble. They were first to feel my wrath, and I'm looking forward getting my receipt. Drew Shields will never forget what they did to me that night. Monsters one?
Cry about it. I chopped his chest in. I gave him a little warm-up for Camaro. Sorry, buddy.
Woo. And then All Day Aiden Riley also commenting to that, saying, pretty sure Mike and I eliminated you with ease. Don't overstep your bounds, Mr. Shield Man.
I mean, man got his butt kicked by Camaro once, now thinks he can step to the Devils of War. He just needs to shut up, kid.
Woo. Woo. And they say heels don't fight each other. The heck they don't.
I was going to say.
Right.
The heck they don't.
They all think they're the best.
Meltzer has also mentioned that Raquel Rodriguez has, quote-unquote, been cleared by WWE following some concern that she suffered an injury on this past week's Raw. Well, if you missed it, definitely go back and see this, because Nikki Bella came in and attacked both Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez, and she threw Raquel Rodriguez head first into the steel steps on the outside, and the next moment that you see the TV camera pan to Raquel Rodriguez as she's turning her head, she had a massive melon-sized welt right on her noggin. Whoa! I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, that one was bad.
That one was very, very bad. In fact, I thought she might have had an actual true concussion and have to go into concussion protocol and all that kind of thing. But she's apparently, according to Meltzer, she's been cleared. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Oh, here we go. Some more crap. Who cares? Russell Votes Radio says WWE is making a documentary about John Cena's retirement tour. The document is expected to be released on Peacock in mid-2026. Whip de freaking do.
So they actually had an ad for that on the TV while we were talking on the radio. So.
That's funny. That is hilarious. Who's watching the documentary once it comes out? And who didn't think that a documentary wasn't going to come out in the first place?
I will watch it just to see if there's anything that we might have missed. But I still agree. John Cena
sucks!
Yeet. What about you?
No, that was not one of...
John Cena suck?
I agree with, but not that last one.
No, man, he's the greatest of all time.
A heel would say that.
So you like John Cena?
A heel would say
man,
that.
I love. Let me tell you, one of my favorite all-time wrestling moments of all time, WrestleMania 41, when Travis Scott's walking down the ramp, man. Oh, let me tell you, goosebumps. I'm still getting chills thinking about that. That was peak television right there.
Real quick, another comment from the chat room. This time from Miss Vienna Bailey. Switched from the sauce to the shut up juice. Uh-oh. Talking about All Day Aiden Riley and the Drew Shields thing going on, apparently, in the chat room. Whew, things are definitely getting saucy as we move along here.
Wrestling Observer Radio's Dave Meltzer, here we go again, claims the reason why WWE is marketing Maxine Dupree as a wrestler who works really hard to improve is so most fans don't realize that she's actually being pushed, quote unquote, because of her looks. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that one bit. I mean, is she a good looking lady? Of course she is. Of course she is. But is she a knockout? Is she a 10? Does she need to be pushed because of her looks? I don't know so much about that.
Who's that?
Maxine Dupree, the new Intercontinental Champion.
I think they're trying to eliminate any stigma that she's a diva. And she's more of a female wrestler versus a diva.
No, no, she's a diva.
She's a diva.
She's a diva. Monstrous one?
I disagree with all of you. You look at when she started to where she is now, there's been clear leaps and bounds improvements.
That's the Dominic argument. And just because you get better does not mean you're worthy.
I don't care what you have to say, Steve. Okay.
Ooh. That's so the Dominic argument, and I can't stand it. Sorry. He improved. Who gives a shit? He sucks.
Whew. At least Dominic's better than Mercedes Moné.
Not even close.
Dominic Mysterio is going to be the next.
I know.
Not the next.
I know,
but
it sucks.
He's going to be main eventing WrestleManias. I put him over Braun Breaker, man. Give me Dominic Mysterio over Braun Breaker.
Wow.
That first to win the title any day. Think about it. This guy's had legit heat with like the crowd, the audience. The stuff that you homegrown. Like people look at Gunther. He's like, oh man, he's the hot. Dominic Mysterio's been like that for a long time, and I think people are now just starting to acknowledge it. Obviously, some people aren't in this room.
Nope.
But man, come on,
Dominic sucks.
He's great. Like,
hey, you know what? I've said this too before on this show that I do believe that Dominic Mysterio has gotten better since day one, but I don't know if he's at that point where he should be holding two different championship belts right now. I'm just not sold on it yet.
Oh, that's another thing I hate. That the AAA crossover with WWE. Why is that even happening? Because what is it doing for AAA? Like, oh, Mr. Iguana made it on SmackDown to get jobbed out in 3 minutes. Wow, who cares? Yet, it's the same thing. TNA, you just have these WWE guys holding the other promotions' belts like it's doing anything for them. It's not. Like, AAA didn't need JBL and commentary doing their shows, and they didn't need Dominic Mysterio there. Although I do think there's only one wrestler I think just needs to be there forever. El Americano, American, who cares? When's Chad Gable?
Oh, El Grande Americano?
El Grande Americano.
Interesting comment. I will say this. I mean, they had a PLE, Prime Live event, last night on YouTube. I didn't get the chance to see that because I was right here at the station running the boards for a high school basketball game. But and I am going to go back and watch that later on today. But I will say that since WWE bought AAA earlier this year, their production level has really gone up, though.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So there is that.
Sherry Hartley says Dom is boring.
Ooh, Dominic Mysterio is boring.
I disagree.
He's boring as hell.
It's an interesting comment.
Skinny ass little prick that has no muscle mass on him whatsoever.
So if he put some muscle mass on him, would you start believing him then?
It would be a bit more impressive. This little scrawny ass little shit. Like I can't stand him.
He's the modern day Eddie Guerrero, man. Come on.
Not even close.
I would say he's probably better than Eddie. Look at
now you're just antagonizing. Now you're just antagonizing.
Oh goodness.
Boring as shit.
And you thought I was the only one antagonizing.
But no, but realistically, you look at his age. Like, you look at what he's doing. Like I feel like the audience doesn't lie. The crowd's not gonna lie to you, and I mean, it's not a forced heat. Like
he's sarcastically over. He's sarcastically over.
Not to me.
People cheer for him because he's the dork that isn't even supposed to be there. Oh yeah, let's cheer for that loser.
We were all entitled to our opinions.
Sorry, your poll is in my face again.
see everybody. A source told Front Office Sports that WWE and Fanatics plan to expand their podcast network that currently includes shows. And you know what? If you want to expand, you really want to get the true wrestling fans' perspective and all of that, come get us. Come get us. But with that being said, they plan to expand their podcast network that currently includes shows hosted by Stephanie McMahon, Cody Rhodes, Undertaker, and Logan Paul. In fact, they quote-unquote recently vetted talent for new programming. It sounds like there will be a push to move the video broadcast of these shows over to Netflix. That's interesting.
Video broadcast of what shows?
So like Cody Rhodes' podcast show that he does,
Right.
the Undertaker's
What do you want to talk
podcast,
about?
6 Feet Under, Stephanie McMahon's podcast, and then Logan Paul's Impulsive as well.
That's smart of them. You know, people are watching it for free on YouTube. We can't have that now.
Hey.
Let me tell you, this has been egging me on, dude. 6 Feet Under, show with the Undertaker. Oh my gosh. So obviously we all know the drama behind that with like them getting rid of Matt. Like, it's so stupid. Michelle McCool sucks. She's a terrible what made that?
the attitudes
What made that podcast great? Obviously the Undertaker, but like having a guy who isn't a wrestler there to like mediate the podcast. That's what made it that's what made the episode so good. It's so flowing because you had a guy leading it. And then you had Undertaker telling the wrestling stories and whatever, but you had Matt mediating it, and now you get rid of that for your corporate greed buyout, and now we're gonna force people to spend even more money to watch these podcasts that used to be great. Like some of those podcasts on YouTube were fantastic, but Lord forbid that we just keep things. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Lord forbid. We have to add. Michelle McCool is the biggest nepotism hire I have ever seen. She replaced
Dominic is the biggest nepotism hire.
In 2020 at the Thunderdome, I would have agreed with you, but it's been 6 years now, and he is clearly holding his own. He does not need the Mysterio name. When he got there, I was with you. I used to like
Sherry Harley saying amen to what you were saying, by the way.
But yeah, no, this podcast stuff is so stupid. And then that show they're doing, I don't even care what it's called anymore. I don't watch it. It's that one where they have the coaches.
You guys know what he's talking about?
LFG.
No, the podcast. Have you seen the drama around it?
Not really. I haven't.
Everybody is just so mad that Michelle McCool's on there instead of...
I mean, I've heard about the drama.
Since she won the championship at LFG, she had to be on something else.
Right.
But also, they're taking off the Undertaker and Michelle McCool off of LOG for I think it's season 3 or season 4 that's coming up.
It's Natty and
Natty
and Kevin Owens.
And Kevin Owens. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Well, hearing your thoughts just a few moments ago, I would imagine no. I would imagine that you are not upset about that one little bit. Also, good God. The New York Post, some would say a respected newspaper, says 42-year-old WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella and 22-year-old Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Cooper DeJean are, quote-unquote, at the center of wild dating rumors, following some of their posts on social media related to her recent appearance at Lincoln Financial Field, which is the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I say to that? Who freaking cares?
Then why'd you read it?
That's fair. That's fair. I'll say that. Respect the
Because I want to know what you... I just want to make sure that I'm not on the boat all by myself on this one.
As a fellow 22-year-old man, you get it, big dog. Pick 6 in the Super Bowl, dating Nikki Bella. Like, come on, man. He's winning on the field, off the field.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that one, HD. I can't argue.
Mike cares. That's who cares.
Mike cares.
That is true.
Mike cares. couple more, and then we'll go ahead and
Did you get any
jump on
groupies when
out
you
of
were in
here.
the Swedish metal band?
Yeah, then I got in trouble for. I can't say the story on there, so.
Wow, this is an interesting one here. So next month, at the end of next month, the Royal Rumble will be coming to us from Saudi Arabia in Riyadh, which already meant that it was going to be a bit of an earlier time start here in the States. But I'm a little surprised at how early this is going to be. It says WWE's officially confirmed next month's Royal Rumble will start at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 1 o'clock Central for us. 11 a.m. out on the West Coast, out there for Vienna Bailey in San Diego. And that would mean a 10 p.m. start there in Riyadh. That's a very late start for the local side of it.
But isn't it summertime over there right now where the daytime temperatures is really extreme?
Yes.
No, they're in the same hemisphere as we are. They're
also.
It's not hot there.
Oh, it's damn hot. It's damn hot no matter
that's
what
what
time of the year.
I'm wondering if they're doing it a little bit later because of the heat during the day.
I mean, it could be.
I have a little insider information on this.
Okay,
With the Riyadh thing, not the WWE being there, but like, so Beast, Mr. Beast has
Sure.
Beastland. It's in Saudi, and they're not open during the day. It's a night only activity.
What is this, like a theme park?
Yeah, it's like a theme park where you do challenges and you win like briefcases of rubies and stuff like that. But they only operate during the night, so I wonder if the heat does have something to do with it.
Wow.
Go ahead and plug
Speaking
yourself.
of Mr. Beast, we have found out from the monstrous one, Mike Maverick, on Netflix, on Mr. Beast's show, which is to start on January the 7th. Something major is going to happen. Please tell him.
Oh yeah, I'm one of 100 of the strongest people on Earth. You're going up against 100 of the smartest people on Earth. Beast Game Season 2. I'm not going to say much on it. You should just watch it, pop out, show support for number 140, and watch it because it's going to be even crazier than Season 1.
Have you done it already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
But he can't give the results of it all because you guys have signed an NDA basically for that, right?
Yeah. Be on the lookout for episode by episode analysis. Where pretty much as soon as the first episode rolls out, I'm going to be telling everyone the inside ins and outs of that episode, so don't miss it.
And how will they find that?
You go on Instagram, IYB.BigMike, Facebook, Mike Maverick, TikTok, Big Mike CHS.
Cool. Cool. Very cool. I can't wait to see what happens here with that.
Are we sitting next to a millionaire?
Because we could very well possibly have a millionaire in our midst right this second. That's true.
What was the grand prize or whatever?
$5 million.
$5 million was the grand prize. Wow. And all of that basically just goes to one person during Mr. Beast's videos and stuff with the prize money.
Yeah, so pretty much whenever you do a Mr. Beast video or whatever, you send them your bank information, and whatever you win gets wired to your bank.
So, and with watching a lot of these different Beast videos.
Nissan Altima 2020. I'm trying to get to 500,000 miles on it.
With Mr. Beast's videos, I will say though that during his competitions and stuff, there are select competitors when they are out of the competition and lose, they still get money. Some of them get like $10,000 a pop for different things that they've done. Now, Aiden Riley saying they wouldn't let me on there. I was too strong. Wow. Okay.
I can confirm.
And Vienna Bailey saying, Sarge, love it when you talk time zones. Hey, gotta let everybody know exactly what's going on and when it's going to be on in their area, right?
That's the content she wants.
What?
That's the content she wants. Time zone talks.
There you go. There you go. Which means also, I just lost my place. Dang it! Okay, here we go. I found it. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, it is currently planned
as a 4-match card, according to Wrestling Observer Newsletter. There will be 2 championship matches in addition to the 2 Rumbles, of course, the Men's Rumble and the Women's Rumble. But Dave Meltzer writes those title matches are not finalized, even though it's just under 2 months away. Well, it's actually only like a month and a week away now. So it's only like 5 weeks away.
Card subject to change.
Always card subject to change, even during while the card is going on, up until the end of the show. So there is that. But you know, I would be kind of surprised if now we've got 2 men's world champions in WWE. We've got 2 women's world champions in WWE. So a combination of those 4, 2 of them, I would be very surprised if it's not a combination of 2 of those. I would be surprised if they put like an Intercontinental Championship match in there, either men's or women's, the U.S. Championship, either men's or women's, or even tag team championships, to be honest. But maybe that's another reason why they're going to start it at 10 o'clock local time, because they're only going to have 4 matches.
PLEs don't have any more than 5 matches anymore. And when you have two
This is
matches,
true.
when you have 2 matches that each last over an hour,
Unless you're AEW, where you're saying, the hell with all of you, we're still going to keep doing our thing and put 12 to 14 matches on.
they don't do PLEs, they do pay-per-views.
This is true. This is very, very true. This is very true. NXT's unplanned title change on Tuesday night happened because Thea Hale knocked the wind out of Blake Monroe.
The talk of the town.
And didn't know to give Monroe time to recover before going for a pin. That from PW Insider, which added that WWE referees are told to call all pin attempts as it's happening.
It's not
hey,
true.
You know what?
That could not be true. Can't be. Because we've seen it on the main roster where they pull their counts.
That's what I was going to ask you. Why didn't he pull the count?
I mean, I'm not there and I don't know who they report to, but it can't be true because the main roster refs pull their counts when they're not supposed to kick out.
Do you think it's a controversy?
In my mind, it is a controversy in that regard.
Was it sabotage? Was the referee in cohorts?
Oh, you're going that direction.
I'm going that direction.
I see. I've seen people say that Thea sat on her on purpose to. I'm not saying the ref was in on it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the ref counted 3 as a shoot, but I have seen people say that Thea did this.
He legitimately went 1, 2, 3. Match over.
I know. And if you really watched, the bell ringer didn't even know what was going on. He was like, "Will you ring the damn bell? I just counted 3." I don't know if anybody else caught that.
Mm-hmm. Monsters One, what did you think of Thea Hale getting the championship?
Well, if it all is one big controversy and whatever, kick out. Like there's no excuse. Win, knocked out, or whatever. Or if she's even sandbagging or whatever, it doesn't matter. If she just kicked out, if she was supposed to kick out and she didn't kick out, that's on her. I don't know why we're having a discussion about this, sabotage or what. If they actually are doing shoot counts, which I've never seen other than a few times on truthfully, but
see, I don't know. I'm really starting to wonder if it wasn't planned that way anyway, because they were pretty quick on the draw of putting out that video of Thea Hale crying with the championship in her arms, and I guess it was in the back or whatever, and so happy over winning the championship and everything like that.
I mean, almost like they're trained to do promos.
And I get what you're saying, but I mean, at the same time, though,
did you do? And now you gotta go do a promo.
So up until recently, I would have told you it's the WWE rule to shoot every count. However, Charles Robertson has made me think twice because I think it was Chris Van Vliet Charles Robinson did an interview within the last year, and he was like, would you rather a referee shoot count and ruin the match, or pull his count and come up with a creative way to keep the match going? And I was like, damn, Charles, I thought it was literally your job to shoot count, but he really made me question if that's what they do over there.
Ooh, this is interesting. Continuing along these lines of thought, Fightful Select added that NXT had already pre-taped material with Monroe as North American Champion for use through the end of the year, and Hale's win caused, quote-unquote, a pretty frantic rush to try to correct things that had already been filmed in order to make sense of them. And NXT higher up told the site that they expect new policies to be put in place requiring all talent involved in Monday pre-tapes to be at Tuesday live shows. Interesting. But you know, today is the 21st. Tuesday is the 23rd. Why can't we have an immediate rematch between Blake Monroe and Thea Hale? You can throw in a stipulation or two if you want in on that or whatever. And, you know, see if Blake Monroe can win back that championship. And then they've got all that material still that they can continue using.
In WWE, it's much higher production. Like, this reminds me of a time where I was working a show, and let's see if I can explain this without pulling the curtain back too much, but there was supposed to be a disqualification that I didn't see. Like, the heel was supposed to cheat, that I didn't, and I wasn't supposed to see it. But I saw it. So I had to call it, because I saw it. But I immediately went over to the ring announcer and said, the heel or the babyface is going to cut a promo right now. This is all unplanned, and he's going to challenge for a rematch. And then the match just continued as normal. And if you have somebody in the back that can think like that, like if Blake would have just lost, like somebody could have been in the ref's ear or whatever, and be like, challenge for a rematch right now. Let's get this going. Let's keep it legitimate. Let's just, you know, I don't know. Just think of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. Unsurprisingly, Fightful says a Hale Monroe rematch is already being discussed. It's expected to happen at New Year's Evil, which is, I think it's like January the 6th is when New Year's Evil is. But I'm thinking, if you're going to put the belt back over on Blake Monroe anyway, why not just go ahead and do it now and get it over with?
Because maybe they're trying to run with the angle.
Maybe. Then that tells me that if that's the case, even though there might have been some, and I'm talking officials in the back, some that might have been ticked off, pissed off, upset, whatever the case may be, they ain't that mad.
No.
They ain't that mad about it.
Well, I could think of a similar situation whenever R-Truth beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship in, what was it, 2019, something like that?
Yeah.
And it happened, it was an accident, and Vince loved it so much, he thought it was a great surprise, he gave him a run with it.
This is true, too.
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was a fluke?
Yeah, that was not supposed to happen.
I don't remember that.
Despite reports of how impressed WWE officials are with Obafemi, Sol Ruka, and Javon Evans in their recent main roster appearances, Brian Alvarez told his ex-subscribers, I have been told at this point nobody has been called up. I don't see that.
Obafemi is like literally super over with the main roster.
Well, yeah, he is. He is. But he's the NXT champion at the moment. So for him to be pulled up to the main roster...
We talked about this already. Stephanie did this.
Exactly. Yeah. Stephanie did that. You're right. But then she lost that championship pretty quickly, though, when she got up to the main roster.
So, in my opinion, in general, it makes zero sense, for you to lose an NXT championship, and your reward for losing is a promotion to the main roster. I cannot stand that. It makes more sense to go to the main roster with your title and either relinquish it or lose it in other means.
And one more thing for us to speak about. I want to get everybody's thoughts on this, including yours, Monstrous One. Self-Made Pro claims that Gunther will be taking on at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas on April I think it's the 18th, 19th, 19th, 20th. It's one of those two sets of dates. He will be taking on the one and only Brock Lesnar.
Is Brock Lesnar retiring?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I think we're going to start with this run of, Randy Orton was the legend killer, but I think we're going to make Gunther the career killer.
That's what I was saying last time.
So I really think that's the next evolution of Gunther.
For sure. Monstrous One?
I don't know, man. I wonder if people start cheering Gunther if he retired Brock Lesnar.
They would.
So it's almost like, do you even want that?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm cheering Gunther right now.
AJ Styles has already said that he's going to be
Right.
retiring in 2026. And we don't know exactly when during 2026 that's going to happen. I don't imagine it's going to be the same type of thing as John Cena, where he goes the entire rest of the year. I'm guessing somewhere in that year, maybe during the summer, maybe SummerSlam, something along those lines. But I think that Gunther is going to end up being the one to be his last match in the WWE. And yeah, I can see, maybe not at WrestleMania itself, but somewhere during the year next year or the following, Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, and then that being Lesnar's last match. I could see it. What do you think, Superman, real quick?
Are we doing the final comments?
Yep, final comments.
All right. So I've been thinking a lot lately about Jeff Dunham and the Devils of War.
Jeff Dunham?
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham.
Superstar Steve is Jeff Dunham. He's got his two main puppets, which is Peanut and Jose. As far as Aiden Riley, he's loud, obnoxious. Everything goes over his head, so he's...
You're loud and obnoxious.
And
Everything goes over your head. That's why you wear a top hat.
Jose Jalapeno on a stick.
Nobody knows who that is. You're old. Shut up.
Hey, Daniels, you got anything, brother?
Jose Jalapeno. I've never heard that.
You've never seen Jeff Dunham?
He hasn't even heard
You've
of
not
it.
seen Jeff Dunham?
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. I mean,
Jose Jalapeno on a stick.
I mean, the referee's about to walk out the door. Feel free to do what you need to do. I guess my final word is Austin Theory took the air out of the room.
Yes.
Who cares?
We didn't get to that yet. Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, literally. Everyone knew.
It didn't surprise me that it was Austin Theory. I had made that prediction and I thought it was going to be Austin Theory.
I gotta get going to a
It is what it is. For H.D. Daniels, who's got to get on out of here. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate you.
Merry Christmas.
For Superfan, the Nematode Nelly. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you as well, H.D. Daniels. For our guest this weekend, Monstrous One, Mike Maverick, and All Day Aiden Riley, the NWA World League Tag Team Champions. I say thank you very much to these two for coming in and doing the show with us. I hope all of you have a safe and happy holiday time this week. To those that celebrate Happy Hanukkah to you. For Christmas, folks, Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. And until next Sunday, go watch some wrestling.